Ooh, Face Sensei here, back finally with another video. Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul, Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. This 2020 is getting crazy. But as you can see here, I have my Relentless Effort t-shirt on from your boy Face Jasper, who's actually editing the video. I got some new stuff in. I'm gonna try it on. We're gonna scope it out, see how it looks. Oh, this is clean. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, this is a big arm flex right here. This is a big arm flex right here. This is a nice cutoff. Nice for the beach, good summer weather. Sometimes the cutoff is too tight underneath the arm. You want like some breathing room. I might use this to play. It's good lighting here. I'm just playing, guys. Oh, but look at this. Here we go. Josh is gonna put up all of the information for it. Maybe some pics. All right. Anyways, back to the video. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. are doing an 8-round exhibition boxing match, right? They've been talking about Mike Tyson coming back. Is he coming back for real? Like, what is this? He actually had done like an exhibition, a charity match before where he boxed some people, but they weren't, I believe the person wasn't a boxer. But now it's Roy Jones Jr. and then Mike Tyson. And then it's been announced that Jake Paul is fighting Nate Robinson on the undercard. Now, I did hear on ESPN that Mike Tyson said that since it's an exhibition, it's in the United States of America. If it's not a pro fight, they have to be wearing head guards. So that's gonna be the same for Jake and Nate. It's just gonna be an exhibition match. I'm not sure the ounce of the gloves will be interesting and the headgear. So I'm gonna tell you what that means to me and who I think that benefits in terms of Jake and Nate Robinson. But first, this Mike Tyson thing. He's 54 years old, I think. And Roy Jones has gotta be, I think, close to his 50s. It's so weird. I always thought Roy was so much younger. He might be. Again, I'm not sure. Roy Jones had a fight a couple years ago, I think, his last fight. I believe he won. It was kind of less like a going away fight. And Mike hasn't fought in a very long time. It should be interesting. It's going to be exciting because it's Mike Tyson and it's Roy Jones Jr. It's two legends, right? It's going to be called the Legends League. So it makes sense for Jake and Nate. You know what's interesting? I just want to say this. I wonder if Mike Tyson, you know, putting that in this league, I wonder if the KSI and Logan Paul and all this YouTube boxing has really inspired these guys who are, you know, were the faces of boxing, and they see these content creators coming out in boxing. If they're like, you know what, no, we still look really good, like we could put out a better show, right? I wonder if they feel even at 50 and they're getting close to 60 that they're professionals, even though they're retired, you know, they can compete and put on a show. And they can still inspire people the same way that the YouTube community has done. When I first thought of this, I was like, Nate Robinson, I'm like, I know he's an athlete, but a lot of professional athletes cross-train. A lot of them cross-train with boxing. So you just don't know if Nate has been training for a long time. You know, he's been boxing. You don't know if he like grew up doing boxing as well. Sometimes you just don't know. His dad could have been like a pro boxer and he has some good good training and stuff like that. I saw a picture of him standing there with his guard and he looked pretty amateur right off the bat. In terms of his guard, he seemed pretty square, pretty flat-footed, you know. Typically, I mean, Mike Tyson's funny saying this. Mike Tyson's one of the only guys that fights with like both hands here, elbows tucked in, and himself very square. It's very rare to see someone that square. Usually you have like one arm in front, elbows relaxed to the body, front hand a little bit lower than the back. Usually you look comfortable. Nate just didn't seem very comfortable in the picture. Again, it was just a picture, but then I saw some footage of him hitting the mitts. So we're gonna look at that, and I'm just gonna give I've already looked at it, and I'm gonna tell you my opinion right now. Jake is definitely the favorite. I expect Jake to dominate. That's what I would expect in this situation. Vidal had a great video. He said the same exact thing. Jake has been training now. The Logan Paul undercard, Jake and Deji, was a couple years ago, and he was even training at that time. Clearly showing he's looking better. The footage I'm seeing, his hands, he's looking more comfortable throwing the hands. He looks sharp, he looks comfortable. He's also taller than, you know, Nate, so he's gonna have the reach advantage, which he's had every single time in these fights. So he's used to that, so that's not like a new element. The one thing is gonna be different. I'll tell you this right off the bat before we get into the footage. Nate is a professional basketball player, right? And he has super crazy hops, right? He's won the dunk contest multiple times, like a record for that, and he's like the shortest guy to ever win it that many times. So he's an amazing athlete. He's a great football player, all that stuff. But when someone knows how to box, those attributes begin to mean less and less. When he fought Deji and Gibb, they're nowhere near the athlete that Nate Robinson is, right? So right off the bat, footwork, explosiveness, speed, all that stuff is going to be very new for Jake. But Jake has been sparring, right? And he's sparring professional boxers. He's sparring good amateurs. He's been sparring people who know how to box. So even though the fight is going to be a different kind of athlete, he's been sparring guys like that. So I'm not like, I wouldn't be concerned if I'm in Jake's camp. It's not like, oh, you know, Nate is this amazing athlete. You know, if you spar boxers, you begin to get better at boxing. So Jake has been doing that for a lot longer than Nate is. There's no sparring footage of Nate. And yeah, I expect him to dominate. I'm not sure he's going to knock him out. I don't know the ounce of the gloves. And again, it's going to be headgear. I imagine if you want to watch some basketball highlights of Nate, the way I just picture it, if Nate gets into trouble, I expect him to be literally bouncing around the ring, moving and shifting and trying to stay out of danger. I imagine he's going to be hard to put away. If he gets super defensive, just because of how quick he is. And I think it's just his energy and his tank is going to help him last, especially with the headgear, right? I don't see him getting caught. Let's get into the footage here and look at him hitting the mitts here. He's like super jittery. The hook is what I had a little bit of an issue with here. Oh, Joshua, I need to tell you where I started this video. Let's go back. Let's rewind. Let's go from 14 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Play. So, yeah, here he is. He looks quick. That hook,
yes, sir.
If you saw him throw the hook, it was just like an arm hook, so it's not very natural for him to turn his weight into it. Looks like he's shoulder punching. I mean, it seems like he's just learning how to punch, you know. He doesn't look terrible, though. He's got a pretty good jab, you know. I don't know how long he's been training. The right hand looks a little stiff. The guy right here is giving him a lot of combinations, a lot of punches. So, I don't know, but he looks a little flat-footed. Again, I don't know, we haven't seen him spar at all. He looks like he's a pretty good puncher, but again, if you're just practicing punching and learning how to punch, it's not hard to get good at that, you know, the technique. But moving and being fluid and feinting and all that stuff, and offense and defense at the same time, you know, just like seeing him drop his backhand, I'm being overly critical, but I'm just saying these are things that you see in somebody who is fairly new, you know, where it's like an unconscious drop of the hand, where you're not like consciously doing this and like just naturally keeping your guard up. So, and even if you're a professional fighter, even if your hand is up, you still get caught. So you can just, those are some things that don't seem great. And again, he's just doing a bunch of different punches. You know, there's not a lot of defense, not a lot of footwork. So you're not seeing the whole thing. But again, he looks pretty new at the game, right? But looks like he's got a lot of potential. He's got a boxer's body in terms of like short, stocky, like short arms. He can, if he developed it, he can actually be pretty good. He's got a great base. He's a professional athlete. He's in great shape. So I expect Jake to dominate something. I expect Jake to dominate the fight. I expect him to use the jab, stay on the outside. I think Nate is going to be the one surprised. Only thing Jake can be surprised again, like I said, is the speed. Kind of like when I find out what's happening, it's like, oh, it's cool because there's more, you know, they're boxing again. You know, this is cool, Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones, and then Jake's fighting, so it's from the community. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. But it's tough because this is the third fight in a row where, and it's not against Jake, but it's the third fight in a row where he's been the favorite, right? We don't really feel like he's going to be tremendously challenged. We weren't sure, right? With Deji, it was like, okay, we all thought Jake was going to dominate, and then Deji kind of surprised everyone, and we got into the 5th round. But it's like, okay, so Jake underwhelmed everybody. But then with Gibb, right, we weren't sure we're going to get the Jake that fought with Deji. He showed up, punched hard, transferred his weight well, was sharp, reacted well, and knocked out Gibb. So now, like, okay, he's stepping up his game. We want to see him in KSI. The KSI that fought Logan is clearly going to be a tremendous challenge for Jake. Obviously, you have to wait for that. So now, in the meantime, he has to fight Nate. So I don't know. It's interesting. I wanted to add this though. I think this is good in this sense. Nate Robinson is a retired professional basketball player who is very well known in the NBA and is like the basketball community, slam dunk champion, like a fan favorite. So ESPN, I believe, is going to be like pulling more of this because they have someone from their neck of the woods, right? A professional basketball player. So I think the NBA, the fans of the NBA, the other athletes of the NBA, and ESPN in general, and other professional athletes like football players, baseball players, whatever, I think their eyeballs are going to go to it. So you're going to have like a cross of those professional athletes and those professional sports in on this, especially because it's Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. So I'm not too upset that Jake is fighting, because I just think it's going to be good for the KSI and Jake fight. I think it's just going to build it even more, and I think it's going to open up new opportunities, you know, for the exhibition, which is what it should be. The exhibition matches of headgear and maybe doing it for a good cause and stuff like that. So hopefully I didn't repeat myself and ramble on too much. Jasper, should I find a new topic? What should I talk about? Sorry for the squeaky chair. Oh, let me add, Jasper, put this somewhere in the video. I'm going to be streaming soon. This is a different setup, the way I'm sitting. I'm kind of setting my stuff up. I don't even want to show you. It's embarrassing. But I'm going to get a new keyboard. I'm going to get a mouse, even though I'm not playing on keyboard and mouse. I'm going to be playing some Fortnite. I squad up with my nieces and nephews and some friends who are pros. So I want to stream that and talk to you guys about stuff. So I'm not sure whether I want to stream on YouTube or on Twitch. I'm not sure, because my platform is on YouTube. I'm not big on posting on a lot of different platforms, and you know, I'm new to Twitch, so let me know what you guys would want to see me. Would you guys want to see me streaming here? I've been doing some Halo campaigns with my brother. The Halo's coming out, so me and Mason we're gonna be playing that, so interacting with you guys. So would you rather me do it on YouTube or Twitch? I'm gonna try both and see what I get for feedback. Wherever you guys are gonna go and watch is where I want to play. All right, guys, leave a like for the video. Thanks for watching. I'm training hard. I will see you guys soon. Oos.